Hello everybody in New York and around the world. My name is Lynne Raimbault, or Raimbault, and this is Philippe Raimbault.
Hello!
Hello, welcome to the sunny vines of our village, about 4 kilometers from Sancerre. So we are in Sury-en-Vaux, and we'd just like to welcome you because it's a beautiful day, and as you can see, we're just relaxing in the sunshine. No, we're not. We'd just like to say hello to New York and hope you're doing well with the coronavirus. It is quite prevalent here, and it even touched me about 4 weeks ago, but I'm fine. But financially for us, I think we're going to sort of have quite a lot of wine this year. Nobody's buying in Paris because the restaurants are closed. No one's buying in the rest of France, maybe a few private companies. Yeah, I mean, we're just hoping going to spread the word for everyone to buy our wine around the world. And this is what we hope to do and show you our lovely vineyard in the next few minutes. Okay, we are sitting beside, oops, let me turn this around. Let me just show you where we are. Okay, you can see our beautiful map of France there, and you can see Paris, and you can see the Loire River, and also you can see where we are. We're about 2 hours by car south of Paris, and not far from the Loire, about 5 kilometers from the Loire River, and our village is called Sury-en-Vaux. So Sury-en-Vaux, I'm going to show you now this beautiful vineyard that we have. We have in this village, we have about 10 hectares. And we have about 5 hectares in Pouilly, just the other side of the Loire. And we have about 1.5 hectares in Coteaux de Giennois. And you might be thinking I have a great English accent, but I'm not French, I'm English. I met this man.
Me?
15 years ago, and we decided to, well, he invited me to work together. So that's what we do. Philippe is a very hands-on, wine grower. Our business has been going since 1701. Obviously it wasn't us, but we make 80% Sauvignon Blanc and we make 20% Pinot Noir. And just behind us here, we can see the cabin of Philippe's grandfather. Et voila, I think you might be able to see a fossil on the door. Well, this is where he used to sit and have his lunch and put his tools and generally listen to a little bit of music, have a little sleep. But in the distance you can see a beautiful, oops, change around again. You can see a beautiful cemetery, and that's where Philippe's dad is maybe saying hello to us now.
Hello!
Bonjour, grandpapa! So these are spectacular vineyards, as you can see, and we're just going to take a little walk. Our cave is about 200 meters that way. Sancerre is about 5 kilometers just over the other side of the hill. We are at the moment in the vines of one of our vines, Legodon, one of our wines, and as you can see, it's like a beautiful amphitheater. You may know our wine appellations, white and rosé. The vines are just behind the trees and just over the ridge, just over there, in tiny little parcels. We have 20 little parcels of vines over there. And as you can see in the distance are our team working in the vines. And at the moment they're cutting the buds, they're cutting the buds from the bottom of the stems. So we don't need those, so it just makes it all much cleaner. And we're cultivating the soil at the moment to get rid of the bad grass and yeah, you can see Mr. Raimbault there. Look, here he is. And look, so we're going to show you some stones. It's terre blanche here principally, so it's a chalky limestone clay. And you find lots of fossils in these vines because Europe was underwater twice in the last 140, 150 million years. And look, you find lots of fossils. Oh, look what we found.
Oh, beautiful fossils.
A beautiful fossil. There, look. Don't drop it, darling. So as you can see, the stones here, chalky limestone clay, and as you can see here, the buds with this spring, really superb weather at the moment. So the buds are coming out, and fingers crossed this year we won't have any frost. But look at the tiny buds of grapes just starting to come. Oh, isn't it sweet? Cute. So as you can see, Legodon is a beautiful amphitheatre, and it's got great exposition to the sun, as you can see. And these trees to here, they really sort of hide the wind. Cache le vent. So we just like a very sort of concentrated kind of sun here. And we're just going to have a little walk along here. Here you can see the vines are fantastically cultivated. They're growing really well, and fingers crossed. What are you doing? So in this region, we're very lucky to have beautiful sort of hills and slopes. It's not very flat here, and at the moment, as you can maybe able to see with tractors around, it's quite a lot of people are not working in the vines, but we are very lucky with our team. They're keeping their distance, and let's hope this virus sort of clears up around the world, and especially you guys in New York, and we're sending you all of our love. So, where are we off to now?
Nous marchons vers la forêt ou
Marchons vers la forêt.
De temps en temps un
Okay.
école de lire.
So I'm going to say again, this is Philippe Raimbault. You know, I bumped into him in a bar 15 years ago, and that was it. So I started selling his wine. We sort of work together very well. We travel a lot around the world, and our little village of Sury-en-Vaux, which make up the appellation. There are 14 villages that make up the appellation in Sancerre, and each village has slightly different soil. You have principally silex, terre blanche, and caillottes. So we're sort of terre blanche in this village. I don't know where you are from around the world, but it's getting to be the hottest part of the day here. I think it's about 23 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be in this video. I'm just talking.
I don't work today.
And Philippe speaks very good English.
No.
You do. You
Okay.
do. So we have we export 65% of our wine. We export to the United States. We export to Bermuda, Barbados, and over the other side, Australia. And on this side of the world, we export to mostly all countries in Europe. And at the moment, United Kingdom and United States are our largest importers. But we're hoping with this crisis that this will continue. And of course, we have Brexit, but we don't really want to talk about that. But yes, we're hoping that you will look at our beautiful vines here, and we'll just rush to buy our wines. And once you meet the wine grower, I think in every kind of vineyard you have, it's so much more personal. We have so many people that come to visit us. Oh look, sorry, there's the chauve-souris box, which is the bat box. Philippe is known as the Batman in our village because he built these boxes himself for the bats to go in, hibernate, and then when they come out they mate, and they have lots of lovely little bats flying around, which picks up the moustique and eats all the bad insects that attack the vines. So it's another biological, you know, great thing that we do. We are not organic. We're as organic as we can be, and we're in a sort of we're in a we're Terra Vitis. We're in this association called Terra Vitis, and we're as, you know, biological, organic as we can be, sort of biodynamic. Sorry, and we have this on our labels as well, so people can see. This association just exists in France, but it is very well known and it's very well respected. So we're also vegan friendly. We get a lot of questions now asking, are our wines vegan friendly? That we have no additives to our wines whatsoever, apart from the obligatory sulfates. We have a beautiful rosé as well, because in production in general it's 80% white, 15% red and 5% rosé. Our rosé usually stays in the skins about 6 hours to ferment, and last year, the 2018 vintage, it was 6 minutes. Because of the heat we've been experiencing in the last couple of summers, we're experiencing very small harvests, and they seem to be getting smaller and smaller each year. So please don't tell me there is no climate change. And we have some examples of our wine here.
The bottles.
Are they up that way? Okay, well you run ahead then and then go and get them. So as you can see, the vines are beautifully kept. and we're hoping this year well, as I say, we usually get frost in April. Hailstones are a huge problem here in the vines as well, in this region and all over Europe. So this is our place. I'm trying to run after the man now. Come here. So as I said, this is Philippe, the man who makes the master, that makes the history of the wine, and he's the magician. And he's a very hands-on wine grower. We're not negociants. We, everything... Oh, thank you, darling. Oh yes, oh look, I see some wine. There we are. We make 9 wines. We have 2 Pouilly Fumes. Here is one, and I think you have this in New York. That's our mosaic. We have a Sancerre Rosé. There we are, and you can see it's slightly darker than normal. That's due to the hot summer. And we have our appellations Sancerre. There we are. As I say, the appellations is 20 little parcels of our vines, and Philippe was the first man in Sancerre, this region. Sorry, I'm puffing. To have the fossil on his label. Now everybody does, but I think you can agree the labels that Philippe has designed, he designed everything himself when he started to be a wine grower on his own 21 years ago, and when his father retired. So, what else can we say? I love you.
I love you.
Well, I think we should say hi to Laura, don't you? And Tom.
Yeah.
And all the team. And I think we just should go and have a glass of wine now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, okay. So obviously we're not very good at this.